The email arrived just after midnight on a Sunday last August. Addressed to trustees and other top officials, the message informed them that DISD had been the victim of a massive cyber breach. The writers of the email said they had compromised every grade any student has gotten within the past 10 years, and accessed the social security numbers, addresses, home phones, and dates of birth of current and former students and employees, some records dating back 20 years. As proof, they included these encrypted links to the compromised data. Cybersecurity expert Philip Wiley.
It sounds like they pretty much had access to everything and anything in that network.
Nearly a month would go by before school officials would tell the public about the cyber breach. When they finally did, they said an unauthorized third party downloaded data and temporarily stored it. The district said its experts found no evidence that the data had been disseminated or sold. So who were the masterminds able to breach the computer systems of one of the country's largest school districts? The email says, "We are two students interested in the cybersecurity of Dallas ISD." Okay. Dr. Hinojosa, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Dr. Michael Hinojosa wouldn't talk to us about the details of the cyber breach, but he said no harm came of it that he's aware of.
Nobody has told us that their credit has been breached. Nobody has told us that student records are anywhere. So apparently someone did something right, because nothing has gotten out since we had this issue in August of 21.
However, 3 months after the August breach, the district's chief information security officer quit. He blasted the district's handling of cybersecurity in his October 28th resignation email. He says, "I am afraid the details of the breach will become public at some point, and Dallas ISD will lose credibility. I am now convinced that Dallas ISD IT cannot keep our data safe."
He has his right to his opinion. I've learned in this business, it's 27 years as a superintendent, there's at least two sides to every story, sometimes 3 or 4. He makes some very legitimate points that we need to look into.
Dr. Hinojosa told us an outside law firm is looking into the allegations raised in the former IT officer's email. But for a year and a half before the breach, Dallas ISD's cybersecurity department was on notice that its systems were vulnerable. In a January 2020 report, outside consultants warned DISD that it had a severe inability to identify, defend, contain, and remove a real-world threat that exists on the network. In a simulated cyber attack, the consultants were able to, among other things, infiltrate DISD's police servers, door locks, security cameras, and 157,000 unprotected student records. Do you know what was done after the district received that report?
I do not know.
Have you seen that report?
No, I have not.
When they received the report, did they act on the vulnerabilities that were identified in it?
I don't know that. I have people who are responsible for that. I don't know. I cannot comment because I have not seen the report.
2 months after this report was issued, COVID hit, throwing the school district's IT department into chaos, trying to organize distance learning.
Teaching and learning has to go on.
So it's unclear what fixes were made as a result of the consultant's report, if any. Fast forward a year and a half when 2 students gained access to the district's systems, and the district scrambled to patch security holes.
I think they got lucky because these kids didn't want to do anything malicious, and that they shared that with them, because would have they really known that they'd been breached if they hadn't sent the email? That could have went on forever.
State records show the August student cyber breach involved the personal information of 800,000 individuals.
It's really a cat and mouse game every day between students and their IT departments.
Doug Levin heads the K-12 Cybersecurity Resource Center.
By and large, students are curious, and for the most part, they are not looking to significantly cause harm or mayhem in a school district by accessing systems inappropriately.
Dallas ISD referred the case involving the students to the FBI, and sources say federal prosecutors have declined to pursue charges. Superintendent Hinojosa said the district responded vigorously after the breach.
We put in a lot of security measures that is very inconvenient for our staff, but it's very important because we need to protect the security of this information.
Those 2 students ended their email this way. "We are not professionals. We are just two students who were curious. If you want to hire me, I have no resume, but would be very interested. Thanks. In Dallas, I'm Tanya Iser.
Since the breach, Dallas ISD has started two-factor authentication for staff who log on to the system. The district has also offered free credit monitoring for everyone impacted. So far, there have been no reports of identity theft or fraud.